don't think a lot of men are seeing the value in women outside of sex anymore. Because when we have these conversations with some women, it comes off like, hey, well, I know what I have to do. And y'all make it very abundant what a man has to do. You have no problem saying, well, a real man does this, that, and third. So we like, I understand what I got to do in a relationship. What is it that you're supposed to do? There's really never no answer there. It's almost like there's a entitlement there. You hear Steve Harvey saying a woman don't got to bring nothing to the table because she could give birth. What about the women that can't give birth? Are you saying they're not valuable at that point? It seems like when we have these conversations, nobody could ever articulate themselves as far as what they can provide a relationship or provide a man or provide a family. It's just everything is self-accolades, self-accomplishments. I could do this for myself. I don't need a man. What am I really providing all of this time, money, and for? What am I getting in return? And men are
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. Greetings. Before we step into today's video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons. We're a new channel and we're trying to grow. On today, we're going to look at why men want a return on their investments when it comes to relationships. It seems modern women are being taught that their 20s are for them, and after they get ran through multiple baby daddies, massive trauma, they come to an epiphany that it's time to settle down with a nice guy versus the bad boy. So let's examine this telltale case of, oh, I'm looking for the good guy now.
This is Brenda, Chicago, 30, is a Cancer, restaurant manager, 2 kids, 12 and 3. She's getting her makeup because she's on her way out.
All right, I definitely got to do my makeup. I can't stop.
Oh my God. She got to do her makeup because she got somewhere to be. All right, what kind of man you looking for?
I'm looking for a traditional man. Like, my dad's a traditional husband to my mom, so like, I want a traditional man.
What?
I'm a girl. Like, I'm a caretaker. Like, I love everything about taking care of a man. So like, I want a traditional man. Like, I'm not saying traditional in the sense like I want to be a stay-at-home wife because I don't want to do that. But like, as far as like, you know, being a man of your word, basically. Like, say what you mean what you say, and don't say what you mean if you don't mean what you say.
Don't say what you mean if you don't mean what you say. Okay, what are your deal breakers?
A man who does not keep his word.
A man what?
Who doesn't keep his word.
Who doesn't keep his word. Okay. This is so funny. We're going to see your whole makeup transformation.
Yeah.
So, does the guy have to look a certain way?
I don't do like in the gym for sure. Like, you don't have to be like super skinny, but like if you are like a little heavier set, at least let it be like a toned heavy set and not sloppy.
Okay. What about money? Do he got to make a certain amount of money?
I feel like if you want to be the man of the house, you have to make a little bit more money than me. I don't believe in like the 50-50 rule, but like 70-30, you know, something like that, 70-40, things of that sort. So at least
70-40 means 60-40.
60-40, yes. At least like in the world that we live in, based off a 2-income house, like at least like 65 to 70 a year.
65 to 70 a year. Okay. Does he have to be in Chicago?
Absolutely, yes.
He has to be in Chicago.
Yeah,
all right, I'm going to let you blend while I give everybody your resume.
Okay.
This is Brenda, Chicago, 30, Cancer, restaurant manager, 2 kids, 12 and 3. Do you want more kids?
I'm okay with not having more kids, but if I get married and if my husband wanted more kids, I would. But like if I get in a relationship, they're like, I don't want more kids, I would be okay with that too.
Okay. So your husband, can he have kids already?
Yeah, he could.
So you want a guy that you can marry?
Absolutely, yes. I'm dating for marriage. Yes.
Say again?
I'm dating for marriage. Yeah.
Have you always dated for marriage?
No, I recently went on like a self-healing journey where I'm like really learning myself and like learning how to love myself and like be by myself to be a good woman to a man. So like now when I do date, like I am dating with a purpose. I don't want to date for the rest of my life. I do ultimately want to get married. So like now I'm not into like just wasting my time. Like when I go on dates, like I'm very inquisitive. I ask a lot of questions because like I'm not a firm believer into wasting my time. Like I don't want to be dating someone for 6 months or then it just finds out like we don't click, because I do feel like time is something that you just don't get back.
This is true. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, I got a robe on. Let's see. I'm a little slim.
Okay.
Robe on, so you can't really tell, but.
Ooh, excuse me. This is Brenda, Chicago, 30, a Cancer, also a zodiac sign, restaurant manager. She's going out tonight, so if you just shoot it right now, we caught her in the start of her makeup. Well, she caught me, and I accepted her at the start of her makeup. So we might see this whole face. When was your last relationship?
A year and a half ago.
Oh, okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like 2 months ago.
2 months ago. What are 3 flaws you have to work on, Brenda?
I don't know how to forgive people. So like I always tell people like, I really don't know how to forgive. So like the slightest thing where like I feel like you switched up like what you said, or if I catch you in a lie, like I'm literally done. I don't know how to forgive people. I do this thing like I'm a very direct person. So like when I'm dealing with someone who's long-winded, who likes to like overly explain like what I did wrong, I'm like get to the point. Like I kind of like a lot of men tell me like when you don't want to hear, you just don't want to hear. But I'm like, I heard you. You keep saying it, and I heard you. Like I'm very big on like improving myself. So you can tell me like I'm like get to the point. Like okay, I made you feel this way. How can I not make you feel that way? Like I don't need the in between of it. So I'm really trying to work on that because some people like to express themselves different. And then also, I like to be by myself a lot. So like I get through these little spells. I'm just like, I still want to be with you. I'm not affectionate either. So like my affection is like you sit on the couch next to me and like don't touch me, but don't leave the room. So yeah.
Women.
Okay. So did you give me your age range? What's the age range you'll date?
I would probably do no older than 35, honestly, and no younger than like 28. So 28 to 35.
35. Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Brenda?
I feel like, again, I do feel like I'm a wife. I do feel like I took pride to like really get to know myself, learn myself, to like know like how to improve myself. I am a person like if you come to me with a problem, I'm gonna go A, B, C, D, Z with you. Like I'm gonna always be quick on my feet. Like I love providing for a man. I love like making a man feel good about himself, because I do understand in the generation. I have a lot of male friends. I do understand like what it's like to date us sometimes. So like I think that's why I improved myself. Like I'm a listener. So like you tell me something, it's always gonna be in the back of my head to be like, oh, I don't want you to ever feel that way. So like let me self-improve on that. So I do feel like overall, like being with me, like you are gonna get everything of a traditional wife.
You can present you facts. You can go on blackstatistics.com and see that 80% of the children are born out of wedlock. Yet 54% of black men are childless and single, and 30% are married, which means 84% is not in this equation. So that means that majority of the black women are having children with men that are less than 20% of the entire male population. The lion's share of children being born in the black community is only being reproduced by less than 20% of the black men, which means the majority of women are having children with men who they shouldn't have it with, who choose poorly. Yet still, I'm the problem for pointing that out, because it makes more sense to address the majority of the women who are choosing poorly, but we want to keep deflecting to the less than 20% of the men. 84% of the black men are doing what they're supposed to do. Yet, we still can't hold ourselves accountable. All I could do is hold up a mirror. If you don't like what you see, and it triggers you, that's something that needs to get worked on. We want to yell and claim about both parties when 84% of the black men are not the problem. Yet, over majority of the women having the 80% of the children born in a wedlock, we just want to ignore that. No, we need to work on that, sis. Because the fact is, we're not honoring our womb or caring about our children if we continue in this cycle. And we want to deflect and always say what the men are not doing when the majority of the problem is on the how the women are choosing. We're choosing poorly as a whole. As a whole, the black men, 84% are not. And that's why I stay with the facts. Because we get in feelings, we get with the narrative of the color purple and what the media want us to see when the facts doesn't support that. The facts say that the women of the lion's share of the children are being born by less than 20% of the men, and the lion's share of the women are doing this. That's what it's saying. So the accountability is rightfully needs to be placed on the women. There will always be people of the culture who don't do what they're supposed to do. They're called outcasts. In the old days, the outcasts, the men who didn't do what they're supposed to do, didn't get to reproduce. The women wouldn't procreate with them. But now we're doing the opposite. We're procreating with the people who shouldn't be procreating because we're not vetting and thinking logically. And that is the facts. When I made that post, I knew a lot of women was not going to like it, and I do not care because I care more about our children being born and productive and stability. So if that hurts your feelings, therapy is cool. Keep perpetuating this cycle is not.
Ladies, I hate to beat a dead horse, but let's be clear here. What is valuable to a man who is interested in having a wife and a family is your youth, your beauty, your chastity. And that means in a sum total that we're definitely not interested in a woman who has a bunch of children by a bunch of different men. All the other intangibles is dictated by that man specifically, but the primary ones are the primary ones. You're not going to change it by saying what you believe a man wants. It's what most men want. And until you come to that conclusion, no excuse about you young and dumb. I had an epiphany. All these men tricked me into having babies. You control your own womb. You have charge over that, with the exception of a criminal act. Stop it. You need to take accountability. With that being said, I'd like to hear from you in the comments section. Please provide your commentary there. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons and have a good day.